showing us!
Hello and welcome to my channel, The Horror of Video Games. My name's Tom. I'll be focusing my channel around horror video games, and specifically the game Resident Evil Remake that was made on the GameCube in 2002, and it's been very recently remastered for multiple platforms. I would first like to give my impressions of the remaster. I was very familiar with the remake on GameCube, and I was thrilled to hear that they were going to remaster this version into HD. I don't see the need to do a review of the game because I think there are many people who have already done reviews of the remasters. So I think if I just give my impressions of the remaster, I think that would be good. So my impression of the game is firstly with the aesthetics of the game, the visual aesthetics. I feel like the original, the remake, it's had this kind of grubbiness to it, it had this dirtiness to it. It was as if someone placed a kind of screen or filter in front of the lens and made everything dirty and grubby and muddy and awful. And I feel like the remaster has made the game a little bit perhaps too perfect, I would say. A little bit too pristine, a little bit too almost just flawless, almost visually, in terms of the polygonal characters and the cutscenes, and I feel like the game has lost something. It's lost a bit of character by doing this. I feel the original had this, like I said, it had this kind of dirtiness to it, which kind of added to the atmosphere of the game and added to the mood of the game. Whereas in the remaster, everything is very clean. It's lots of anti-aliasing. Everything looks very slick, which isn't a problem. But I feel they've lost that kind of that mood, that kind of atmosphere that lingered across the GameCube version. And there are certain shots in this game which have been affected by the HD remaster, specifically the reservoir section, where in the remake the player could see little flies in the foreground and had this great perspective going on with bird song in the background and wolf cries, and it reflected the player in the reservoir. All of these details have been lost in the remaster, unfortunately, and it's a shame because that shot from the GameCube was absolutely stunningly beautiful to look at, and unfortunately they've done something to it, and it looks completely different now, and I think that's a terrible shame. And the second shot, which I think was a bit of a letdown, was in the fish tank room, where you get the wind crest and the bees. The bee comes off the wall, and I think what they've done to this room, the background looks awful, basically. But apart from that, I'd say the game is 99% there. I mean, and the other thing I wanted to say was I feel like they've done something to the controls, actually. I feel like they've done something to the auto-aim function of the game. I feel like when you return to the tiger statue to get the ammo disc, there are one of two corridors you can take. One of the corridors will take you past two hunters who will jump through the window and attack you. Now, on the GameCube, when I went through this section, I had absolutely no problem with this section whatsoever. I would go in there, shotgun, kill, bang bang, dead, both hunters, no problem. But I feel like they've done something to the game, because the two times I've attempted on the remaster going back through this corridor, something happens to the aim, something happens to the auto-aim. I'm not sure what's wrong. I feel I might be wrong about this. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the auto-aim is slightly different in this game. And but overall, I'd say 99% they've done an outstanding job. This is by far the definitive version of Resident Evil, and it's very slick, and it's very well done, and the 60 frames per second on the cutscenes, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, so basically in the upcoming videos I'll be breaking down Resident Evil and why I believe the game to be a masterpiece. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. You can tweet me at thehorrorofvg, or you can see my blog at thehorrorofvideogames.com. See you next time.